5.
I'll take it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
I hate playoffs.
Wolf Forbes.
Can we can we talk about Mook providing facts and not sticking with them?
Hey, I've done that all year. I've done a fact, and I haven't gone with that fact.
To be fair, I kind of did that too.
It's more of a.
I haven't done as much. I only did it with the Detroit game in there, though.
So here's this fact, but yeah, I'm going with the other team.
Yes.
I think I've only done that really like twice this year, though.
Did it in playoffs.
It was the Jags and the 49ers.
At least the Jags was like, okay, yeah, there's no way they could win. And then they won. And then,
Yeah.
but the 49ers like, well, there's a chance.
I really thought the 49ers were going to get blown out, and that is not what happened.
I mean, we all did, honestly. I didn't get one playoff game right. That was fun.
Hey, neither did I, buddy.
Yeah. So, you know.
I got the Rams right. I should have. In Burrow we trust. I didn't stick with it, and I regret it.
Baby.
I mean, to be fair, every single one of those games could have gone any way. They were all walk-off games, basically.
Somebody took in Burrow we trust.
So to be fair, any of those games could have gone any way. Coin flips.
This is true. I will say, Tannehill costed Tennessee the game. I don't know if they stick with Tannehill, but he had a rough game.
Yeah, I remember I told my buddy, because we were together, and I was like, hey, man, Tannehill, first play of the game, he threw an interception. And you know what he told me?
What'd he say?
He goes, well, you know what, that's probably a good thing, because that means, really, it can only go up from there. And I was like, you know what, I never thought about it that way, you know? He's like, yeah, man, you gotta think of the positives. You can't just go in there and be like, fuck, I threw a pick, and then let that shit weigh you down. You know?
The Green Bay Packers. I feel like Rodgers costed them. The stats for that game are kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah, that game was ass.
The Mercedes Lewis fumble, they were never the same again. I think they said Rodgers threw 25 targets to freaking Adams and Jones, and the rest of the team got like
To anybody else, Jesus Christ, it was so funny. In like the fourth quarter, no other person had a target besides Devontae Adams. It was ridiculous.
There was a point with like 3-ish minutes left where he had Lazard wide open down the middle and just ignored him. It is
It's
just
probably going to be an interesting offseason. I mean, with the Rodgers probably not sticking in Green Bay and Adams probably not sticking in Green Bay, it's going to be an interesting offseason for Green Bay.
I'm looking though, man. Like, I don't know I personally think he's gonna go to Pittsburgh. I know people aren't on board with that, but I think that's what's gonna happen.
What do you mean he's going to Denver?
I see, and that's another big one. But I mean, does he really want to go to the AFC where every team seems to be young and stacked? Like, you look in the NFC. I mean, I'm like, who's really there that's considered?
Well, you think he's going to Pittsburgh? That's the AFC.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's the right move, but I think honestly the right move for Rodgers would be to stay in Green Bay, run it back. Because you're looking. There's a possibility Brady's gone. You do have the Rams and Stafford. The Niners are probably going to Lance after this year, unless they like win the Super Bowl and say, "Hey, we're gonna run it back with Jimmy."
Well, no, there's a 70% chance that they could.
But you look, tell me who else is in the NFC I mean, if Brady don't come back, what? The Cowboys are probably the quote-unquote next favorite team?
No.
Who else would you put above them in the NFC, dude?
Rams.
The Cardinals, the Rams, the Niners.
I said the Rams. I didn't say Arizona, but I said you got the Rams. If Brady leaves, who else is there? The Cardinals and then the Cowboys?
I'm not putting the Saints there anymore, even if they get a quarterback.
Bro, we're gonna suck for the next few years. But that's what I'm saying. You look at
amazing.
the NFC, and it's just like there's not a lot of quote unquote great teams that you got to get through, and it seems like Rodgers has a for sure path to the divisional round to figure it out. Why in the AFC, you got Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Herbert.
Here's the thing about that: we don't know. There's a lot of chips up in the air, and we don't
Yeah.
know. There's gonna be a lot of quarterback changes this offseason. There's gonna be quarterbacks under contracts that could be traded because there's new coaches and general managers coming into the team. And they might not get that quarterback anymore.
There's also teams that are gonna bounce back years. Like I think Seattle's gonna have a bounce back year next year.
I don't know Russell staying in Seattle.
Well, if Russell stays in Seattle, I think they have a bounce back year. Either way, he's on the market potentially. I think Deshaun Watson, Rodgers,
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying. Right now, you look at it, the NFC looks a lot weaker than the AFC.
Wentz is probably.
Well, yeah. You also gotta look at it like this because the AFC looks really strong in quarterback. That means obviously a lot of these good quarterbacks are going to go to teams in the NFC where they need a quarterback.
Well, I agree with you, but I'm just saying I feel like the window's a lot more open in the NFC than it is in. I just feel like it's a tougher road in the AFC. Is all I'm saying. But also Rodgers is still under contract. Like,
the road leads through Patrick Mahomes in the NFC.
For the AFC.
Or yeah, AFC.
I agree there too. I just, like I said, it's gonna be very interesting to see where Rodgers ends up. I said I think it's gonna be Pittsburgh, but I feel like his best chance to win another title is staying in Green Bay. Because you cannot make me believe that the Packers are in a rebuild. All them defensive contracts are under lock. Yeah, you get a few people leaving in the NFC, but I think they're gonna tag Devontae Adams. I don't think they're gonna let him go. So
And maybe he goes to Tampa and replaces Brady when Brady retires.
now here's the thing. I think Brady's got one more year left, and I don't think he's going to retire. But it is I think the Brady decision's gonna be. Does he think they can win a Super Bowl? If he does, I think he plays. If he don't think that team's Super Bowl worthy, then I think he retires.
Rob Gronkowski said if he was forced to decide right now, he'd retire. He hasn't came out and said he's retiring.
This is also on the hills of a crushing loss, but that's just my opinion on the thing. Is I don't think Brady will go unless he just thinks that Buccaneer team can't go to the promised land again.
He doesn't have to deal with Antonio Brown for another year.
Bro, did you see him? What he's doing on social media now?
Making more rap.
He's
video?
trying to campaign to be a Raven. He posted a Twitter of him in a Ravens jersey.
He said that there was a few teams out there.
Don't worry.
It would not surprise me if Baltimore was one of them.
Don't worry, Lamar Jackson wants him on his team.
Dude, after all the shit he's pulled, man, I don't know.
Antonio Brown and Marquise Hollywood Brown. It's gonna be and Lamar Jackson. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Until like 2 weeks in when Antonio Brown does some off-field shit again.
I believe basically what I heard about Antonio Brown is he's that good of a receiver that people, even with all the shit that he has going for him, if they think it'll get him a championship, they will play Antonio Brown. They will, pick up the money or.
Dude, I guess, but it would baffle me if after the way he left, especially even with players, Brady had that guy's back over anyone. And if Brady couldn't make it work, I would be shocked if another team, like, if Lamar Jackson said, I can make this work.
I mean, Lamar wants them.
Well, I'm just saying, teams are probably desperate enough to go and get him if he's that good.
We'll just have to see, but I'll be absolutely shocked if someone signs him, personally.
I won't be shocked if the Ravens sign him. That's the only team I won't be shocked about, is because of how much Lamar has been saying he wants Antonio Brown since.
Well, I'll say this.
Arizona can take him where all ex-Pittsburgh players go to die.
Mhm.
You all love receivers too, so.
I was gonna say I won't feel bad when it blows up in Baltimore's face. Oh, but yeah, I guess we can get into it before we do our pick'ems. Yeah, the Saints gonna suck for the next few years. Sean Payton announced he's leaving.
Woo!
People are theorizing that he's gonna be swooned back in next year by the Cowboys, which would be my
Probably
worst
not.
nightmare.
Yeah, probably not.
There's not much to swoon people over there.
People, at least what I'm listening to, people are like, make him the highest. His heart's away from the game, but if you make him maybe the highest paid coach in the league, Jerry, while your Super Bowl window's open.
But he's retiring, right?
Who?
Yeah, what's his face? Head coach. Peyton.
Who?
Peyton.
No, he said
he's stepping away from football for a year.
Okay, so he's kind of retired.
He said that the door. Well, he just got married. He said he wants to spend time with his wife, get things at home right, and.
Well, good for him.
He's stressed out, but he's not closing the door on a return to coaching down the line.
Well, good for him.
Honestly, I can see Sean Payton doing something like high school coaching.
He is locked for 3 years, so if anybody wants him, they're gonna have to give a shit for him.
That coaches get traded.
I will say this: I do feel like part of the reason he left is the New Orleans situation is a fucking mess. I think Green Bay is like 30-something mil over the cap, and New Orleans is more than double that at 77 mil over the cap. And we don't have a quarterback. We have a star running back. We have a receiver that hadn't played in over a year. Defense looks okay, but
defense is getting old though.
Whoever takes that job it's not a very good job or a very appealing job right now because you don't have a whole lot going in and you're way over the cap.
It's a rebuild job.
Yeah, it's definitely a rebuild job. And part of me feels like Sean Payton, was like, oh, I can't win with this, and I feel like that definitely went into the decision after 16 years to step away for a little bit, because let's be real, that Saints team last year, especially after Jameis went down, we were a 5-6 win team that Peyton somehow got to 9 wins.
You know what? Next year's going to be a good year.
I'll say this. If Brady retires and Peyton leaves, that leaves, Atlanta the odds-on favorite to win that division. We're going to be the new NFC East, and it's going to be absolutely a fucking train wreck.
Amazing. That's what I love to hear. Don't you guys just love to hear that?
I really don't care.
Well, Luke, I'll say this. There's still more of a chance of my Saints going into the playoffs and getting a win than your fucking lousy-ass team that hadn't won a playoff game in 2 decades.
Get your shot in while you can. At least we made the playoffs this year.
Oh yeah, made it just to be disappointed with yet not another playoff win. Congrats.
You know what?
Good team you probably should beat.
Let's move on. No. You didn't win, but I'm ready to move on. I don't want to stand here and talk.
You can come back to me. You can come back to me when the Cowboys get a playoff win. Until then, our teams are on the same wavelength, in my opinion.
Very comatose by the time he comes back to you with a playoff win. On your deathbed in the hospital.
Oh no.
Caleb, they finally got one.
Laughing while y'all can.
It's gonna be Caleb's gonna be in his grave. That's
I'm gonna be.
Luke's gonna be visiting the grave. He's gonna put some flowers down. It's like, we finally got one, you son of a bitch. We finally got one.
Flowers in a blue and white bouquet.
No.
You know what? Good, your team was one and done too. So fuck you.
We won a playoff in the last decade at least.
I mean,
That's been decades since we won a playoff game, so I'll take it.
And Arizona will be back minus if the owner don't completely run morale. So
Yeah. Also, I don't feel bad about our season ending with how many injuries we had.
You know what's sad? I think I'm slightly a little more confident in Pittsburgh making the playoffs next year with Mason Rudolph and the Cleveland Browns with Baker Mayfield.
That's not sad. That's accurate.
Oh man. But yeah, I don't really have much more news to get into. I mean, sure I'm missing something really important, but I am ready to get into games whenever y'all want.
I'm ready. I don't have much sad.
So wait, Asian. There's one thing I need to clarify beforehand. You say you're getting wings next week?
Wednesday's podcast. Isn't that
Are we doing one next week, or are we gonna do it for Super Bowl edition?
We were gonna do it for the Pro Bowl. I thought we said.
I vote we should throw it off for 2 weeks because like we should do it with the Super Bowl podcast.
It don't matter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because like I'm thinking about it, and like that'll at least make that podcast be a little bit of time rather than we get on, talk about the bowl for like 10 minutes, and we're like, all right.
We were just discussing last week what we were gonna do for next week's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, did y'all want to do one next week? Because I figured we'd just take off next week.
Well, that's what happened last week. We said, oh, we'll do the punishments that week, but we can hold it off.
Yeah, dude, it feels like, if we did one with Super Bowl week, that'd be pog.
Well, then next week, if you guys want to take a first trial week of your new podcast that will be coming out after this fantasy season, you and Kai can do that. Start early after at the wrestling, AEW, NXT, NWO, whatever it is. I just sound really old.
You did put the NWO in there. The NWO. Yeah, I'd have to look into it.
Or we could play the Forest.
Huh?
I said, or we could play the Forest.
That too. I mean, yeah. Next week we can open up next week and then just do everything on Super Bowl.
Heck yeah.
I
was gonna say, dude, I have to run a few ideas by Kuhn for other podcasts.
Yeah, we gotta talk. We gotta actually talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Because I do have an idea for a first episode, but I gotta run it by you first.
Alright. But yeah, we're gonna be having a new podcast. I mean, me and Caleb, and we'll have other people on it.
Yes.
Me and Caleb are probably gonna be like probably gonna be the reoccurring people because we're kind of hosting it.
Yup.
And we'll just have all sorts of different people on, and we'll talk about gaming and stuff. What was that, Asian?
I said, you hear that, Mook? We got dropped.
I mean, hey, you want to be on it.
Showing up late all the time, Mook. It's all your fault. And then you brought me down with you.
Yeah,
y'all are always welcome.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I just figured it's something that you guys don't want to talk about.
I think it's 3 out of 4 topics I probably won't know or won't be interested in.
I will say, me and Kuhn already established that it won't be weekly.
Yeah, it won't be a weekly thing, if that helps. Yeah.
Maybe bi-weekly, like. So, it won't be like it won't be like a hard schedule type, like, oh, it's every Wednesday at 11. Dude, I low key, dude. I wish that Mook got off earlier on Wednesdays.
Oh, there's always next year.
But I know Mook wishes he got off earlier than 11 too.
That would be correct.
Let's get into the picks so we can get into some Overwatch.
Yeah.
Because I don't have all night. Okay, well then, are we doing it? We going in?
Yup.
Go.
Okay, well the first game on the docket, which I don't even know, do they have the points?
Yeah, it's 8 and 16.
Oh my. No, yeah, no, I get that. I was looking like, do they actually have like the betting odds? I was just curious what those were. But okay, well anyways, first game on the docket. Cincinnati going to Kansas City.
Oh, this game's gonna be fun.
This game is gonna be fun, and I'll tell you right now. In Burrow we trust. I put 8 on the Bengals. There is literally, I guess KC's the smart money here. I mean, I don't know. I just like the Cinderella Burrows. I want to see them go all the way. They did just beat KC towards the end of the season, so they can definitely do it. I think this game's going to be a lot like KC's game last week. It's going to be offense, 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 offense. And yeah, I want to see the Cincinnati Burrows go to the Super Bowl. I feel like they were a year or two off, but they're here and they're a game away, so why the hell not? 8 on the Bengals. In Burrow, we trust.
I like
Just
still.
in case you wanted to know the spread, it's -7 KC right now.
I like stories of disappointment, so I put 16 on KC. Disappointing the Bengals actually going to the bowl. I mean, honestly, I don't have anything to say anymore. I've been fucked all playoffs. I've been fucked all end of the year. I've been like the real life Arizona Cardinals, dude. It's just awful.
I was thinking about this. And you remember growing up playing like older Maddens, like some of the teams at the bottom? I was thinking if the Bills would have won, we would have had a Bills-Bengals Super Bowl matchup, and I was like, yo, that screams like Madden 2012 disappointment right there.
What still happens in these Maddens nowadays? I still think Dallas can go to the Super Bowl in Madden for some reason.
Yeah, somebody simulated a bunch of games in this Madden, and it repeatedly put the Browns and the Cowboys in the bowl.
So dumb.
Teams.
Well, Luke, would you like to pick next?
I put 16 on the Bengals. And my score was 56-48 Bengals. And this is my shooter game of the week.
There's 2 games, Luke!
Wait, what?
There's 2 games!
Yeah, I know.
God damn it!
I know.
I fucking
What am I
heard.
missing here?
One of them just happened to be a shooter, Coon.
I guess.
The Bengals game.
I did say 35-32.
Oh, my score is 75-1.
Shooter!
Well, this is my shooter game of the week also. man.
Fuck off.
As good as the story has been for Cincinnati Bengals, it's just the Cincinnati. I gotta believe it's the Cincinnati way to bangle it up at the end, to bungle it up at the end. I put 8 on the Chiefs. I mean, I was in on the Buffalo narrative. They were 13 seconds away from winning that game, and they guarded the sideline for some reason. When they had 3 timeouts and left the middle of the field wide open, I don't know what Buffalo was doing with that defense at the end. They just let them get into field goal range. And I don't know, KC, after that, I just got to believe in KC. I put 8 on them, and with the score of 41-38 in my shooter game of the week.
Oh, man. Anybody else got anything else to say about this game?
No.
It's my
Alright.
game of the week.
Alright. I feel like Mook should start us off here. The next game on the docket is San Fran at the Rams. Go ahead, Mook. Give us a fact about San Fran.
They beat the Cowboys.
I believe in ugly facts. And
Do you?
I had the 49ers with 8. No, I normally don't actually, but like
He did take San Fran. I will say, Mook, Kuhn did message me after this happened. He come into chat and said you were getting muted on podcasts this week. He was like, I fucking hate Mook.
I just threw out the stat. I'm sorry. My score is this 49ers somehow fucking put up 14 and the Rams only put up 10.
Oh, fuck!
Oh, and the 49ers have beat the Rams all year. Like, they just seem to have Sean McVay's number for whatever reason.
They beat him the first time, too?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Damn
They
it.
beat him.
God damn it, Mook with another stat.
Well, this week he cursed himself because he picked with the stat Asian.
That could
Man,
be true.
so you done, Mook?
I'm done.
Alright. So, I love the story of Matthew Stafford coming back on a good team and going to the Super Bowl. But as a connoisseur of disappointment, Sean McVay encouraged the fans to not sell their tickets because he wants to see a blue for the Rams. How fucking disappointing would it be if the Los Angeles Rams lost the fucking 49ers with a sea of blue at their back in the playoff conference championship to send them home? I put 8 on San Fran, and the score is 69-15. Plus, they're Super Bowl bound according to analytics, so I mean, can't vote against that. I mean,
I went against the stats. I do not believe in the 70%. I'm gonna be the 30%.
it's 75 Asian.
The Rams at the beginning of the year. Now I didn't stick with them with Brady. Now they took out Brady. I gotta stick with the Rams. Give me 16 on the Rams, 31-19.
Asian. It's not gonna be the Cinderella story for the Rams. It's gonna be Jimmy G coming back and claiming his starting role for the next year. That is the story we're getting this year. Put it through your head. That's what we're guaranteeing now.
Just want to say, even if Jimmy G wins the Super Bowl, I guarantee you they go to Trey Lance next year. They did not give up that much draft capital just to not go to Trey Lance.
Well, I mean, if he wins the Super Bowl, it causes confusion.
Definitely does. And if you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't really have any quarterbacks. I am with Asian. I am in the minority, the 25%. Even though this pick distribution says 73% LA Rams.
It's 27%, damn it! Give us the extra percentage.
Yeah, I am in this 47% with Asian. I got 16 on the Rams. They did everything they could to try to throw that game to Brady last week, but my one takeaway is Stafford's looked good in the playoffs. None of the 4 fumbles were on him.
He's hungry.
Yeah, he hadn't snapped they were
Well, it's a good thing he's gonna be sent home soon.
Jimmy G's compromised. He's playing hurt. He can only throw the ball in the middle of the field. Like
Debo's hurt.
Yeah, Debo's hurt. Like this Niner team, Nick Bosa's banged up.
They're Super Bowl bound, I agree.
You know, I cannot look at this San
A Niners, Kansas City repeat? It's gonna be crazy.
You know, I cannot look at them as they are and, you know, consciously pick them. So.
That's also their storyline. The revenge game. Jimmy G goes back to the Super Bowl to face the Chiefs again and take the Super Bowl this time.
You pick Cincinnati.
Kansas City scoring the most points and San Fran scoring the least.
I have Cincy scoring the most and San Fran scoring the least.
I have Kansas scoring the most and the Rams scoring the least.
Yeah, I can't pick that banged up Niners team to go, so I got all my confidence on Sean McVay and the Rams.
I have Cincinnati with the most, and I have the Rams with the least.
I was gonna say the Rams. I don't know. I just like what they're doing. They've brought in Von Miller, looked great last week. You got Aaron Donald.
But
OBJ's been looking good.
But Caleb.
That Rams team looks like some studs, man.
Caleb.
If San Fran beats them,
But Caleb.
Super Bowl in LA.
They're not dark horse candidate San Francisco 49ers.
I'll say this too.
Don't get me wrong.
Now, if they do win, they're playing their last 2 games of the year at SoFi. They don't have to go to cold ass Lambeau where.
Yep, San Fran's gonna feel right at home.
May not perform, but I'll say this, Coon. I'll say this. San Fran. I mean, they could do it. They did take out the father and son duo. So, I don't see why they couldn't beat the Rams.
Super Bowl dark horse candidate San Fran. That's my pick for the rest of the year.
Well, if you remember, I did say the two teams that I was terrified getting into the playoffs were San Fran and Indianapolis, and one of them's still there, so...
Yeah, the other one lost the fucking Jags.
The other one did lose to the Jags and didn't deserve to be in the playoffs because of it. But yeah, that's all I got, y'all.
God, this is gonna be such a good storyline for Jimmy G. Really gonna highlight his career when he holds that Super Bowl trophy this year.
Well, I'll say this, it's going to be really interesting to see what the Niners do if they do win the bowl.
When they do.
If they do.
When they do.
PG, like the Eagles did with Nick Foles.
Dude, what if the Niners get to the bowl and Cincinnati or KC just blows them out of the fucking water?
No,
Like
it's gonna be K. I'm telling you, it's the storyline KC versus the Niners in the bowl again. Jimmy G's got fire under his ass.
Okay, but you took Cincinnati.
No, I didn't. I took KC.
Oh, you did take KC?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you...
Jimmy G's got fire under his ass. And he's about to throw bombs downfield.
Oh yeah, you said they were gonna bungle it up. I remember now.
No, Asian said that. I just took KC and didn't say much.
Honestly, the 49ers should not win this game. But they're gonna fucking do it somehow.
Mook,
And
they
then
should
they're
win
gonna
this
get to
game. Have you seen the
And then
stats?
And then, when they get to the Super Bowl, they're gonna get blown out by whoever wins.
Mook. They're
Like,
super.
between Kansas City and
They're guaranteed a Super Bowl win, Mook. There's a 75% chance that whoever wins against Dallas in the playoffs wins the Super Bowl. You realize this, Mook?
No, I said there's a 72% chance that they make it to the Super Bowl.
Oh, and then they're gonna win
And it was
it.
just between those two rivalries.
Yeah,
Just
and
that
they're gonna
one
win
rivalry.
it easy.
It just means that they'll go.
Well, they're gonna
Hey,
win.
if they do go, they got 2 weeks to get healthy. So
If they go, I'm picking them. I'm picking them for the rest of the year. And I'm gonna pick them next year at the beginning of the year. Fuck it.
like I said, Kuhn, I got your silver lining here, and that is that the NFC West will be in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that's not a silver lining. At least it's not Seattle. That's nice.
Diablo would be insufferable if it was Seattle.
Yep.
I'm gonna see Diablo's tears when Russell Wilson leaves, goes to the Giants for him.
Well, if it was Seattle, you'd be hearing me and him being like, "Yeah, look at our Seahawks, flying to victory."
Y'all in public, y'all are fans of each other's teams, but in private, I know y'all be hating on each other's teams.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to be fair, I lost a bet, and I had to.
Yeah, it had the dumbest wager. Like, if I was Diablo, I would have made you wear a fucking Seahawks jersey.
Look,
Take a picture.
I will say
Dude, it was his idea.
It was an honor that me and Para got to watch a Saints game together, but goddamn, we got to watch one of the most miserable.
That was an
Monday Night
ugly
Football
ass game.
that I ever got to see.
That game was
13-10
disgusting.
win by the Saints.
I was rooting for the Seahawks the whole time.
Me
I
too.
would have loved to see.
I
the look on
wanted,
their
I want to
faces.
see Gino two dicks.
Well, here's
Man,
I was gonna say, here's the thing.
I would've got
I
their
mean,
tears
nothing
in a cup.
screamed elite like. Who were we still running Simeon? Then Simeon versus Geno Smith.
Oh
It
no.
was the elite, the elite.
Fuck. Did everybody take their pick?
What's this?
We all made our picks, Cunard.
Damn.
Oh, what's this? My PlayStation turned on.
Oh,
Is it time?
I guess it's time, everyone. That is it for podcast.
Mook, is it time?
Next episode, we will have punishments.
Wait,
Uh,
can you say that louder? I didn't
Not
hear you,
next
Mook.
week, but next episode.
Is it time?
Alright. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Bye.
I will
Bye.
say, bye.